So I mentioned I would do this in the Meet the Fleet video that is in the earlier parts of our channel if you go through our uploads. So definitely be sure to check that out if you're curious about what it actually costs to own and operate and also enjoy a pretty sizable fleet of cars that break all the time. So yeah, just to get right into it, I'm at my desk here. Just gonna go into the cabinet and kind of go through what each individual cars cost, not only to service, but expenses like registration, so sales tax, and also I've had to ship cars to get them here and whatnot, so I'll include all that as well. First up is the 911 Turbo. That I have not actually done any work to that car yet because I don't drive it that much, but I can tell you that I spent, wrong doc, the big expense there was obviously registration. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I have the registration cost on the, it doesn't say on my registration what it costs, so I don't have that on hand, but I know that it costs me, I paid a 8% sales tax with the luxury surcharge. So all in, I think to get that car on the road legally under my name, it was like $8,500 with plates. So there's $8,500 to start. $8,500. So what do we have next? All right, so that knocks out the turbo. Then we have the C4S, which is by far the most costly in terms of maintenance. I don't know whether it was because I was unlucky or whatnot. I did a short story on VinWiki that should be coming up soon about how nightmarish this car has been. First and foremost, I bought it in LA, so we've got various bills from House Automotive, who was my shop out there. The first one is $1,210. That was for trans fluid, coolant flush, the sticky shifter, and oil and filter. So that was not too bad. $1,200 for that. Service number 2 was a front and rear brake check, another oil and filter change, brake fluid flush, transmission fluid, coolant again, the worn shifter cables again. So that was $1,237. Oh, these are almost exactly the same price. These are the same bill. No, $1,210 and $1,237. Interesting. Oh yeah, I missed something. Okay, so this one was actually $2,360. Then we come on to the final killer bill, which was when I first bought the car. That was LM Engineering IMS solution, clutch, rear main seal, seal rings, both front control arms, drive shaft flex disc. I think that's one page. Dual mass flywheel bolt, screws, obviously all this plus labor. Came out to $10,026. So $10,026. So that is service on the 4S plus, if you watch the 4S is on the tow truck again video, you will have seen that it went to House for a major oil leak that happened when we were filming Rollers. That happened and was only like $1,100 for that. That bill is with the car in Miami. As well as when I drove it down to Miami, one of the hydraulic lines burst and revealed a bunch of other issues. So it's like I did hydraulic lines, 2-year service. So oil, filter, coolant, and brake fluid and trans fluid. So that was up around 4,000. I think it was like 3,900. And that's actually it for the service on the 4S. So then we just finally have the shipping from Los Angeles to Connecticut. That was $1,500 per car because I did 3 cars all in one, the SL, the 4S, and the G-Wagon. So there's $1,500, and I am already running out of room. So then we have the 924 Turbo. That was like a couple $100 to register, so I'm literally not even gonna count that, and I changed the oil myself. SL 500, great one. So that car I bought pretty cheap from a coworker. That's been a really low maintenance car. The interior was rough on that to begin with, so all I did was replace the headliner, driver's seat leather, repaint passenger seat leather, do both door cards, and fix up some interior trim. Interior looks almost perfect now, definitely an improvement from where it was. So that was $21,61 plus, again, like a couple $100 to register it, and then another $1,500 because that was another car that was shipped from LA to here, so that'll do it for the SL 500. The SLK 55, I am missing the bill on. That was a differential replacement because the diff didn't blow, it kind of just wore out. So that was a little under 4,000. That's like 3,800 for that work. A little over 1,000 to register it, which I will count. That was like $1,200. And then again in Miami, so unfortunate, there was also a video on this. Someone hit it back into the car while it was parked in a public lot, and it messed didn't mess a lot of things up, but it messed it up pretty good, and so I had to get it repaired again, and that was Apex Motor House. They sent me a bill virtually. That was just a control arm and a tie rod and some bushings and some bearings. I think all in that was like $1,300. And that's all on the SLK. And then finally, the Miata, I did the oil myself. Then finally the G-Wagon, which has also been pretty cheap. Just registering it's been a nightmare. But the bill for that was inspection, replace cracked serpentine belt, replace valve cover gasket, repair oil leak on front something, reseal left side of engine, degrease engine, change oil and filter, top up fluid levels. That was a steal at $366. Shout out Jacob's Garage. And then lastly, that was the final car to be shipped from LA, so we'll put in $1,500. Now we need to add up the grand total. 1,300 equals, wow. So the grand total for all the work, just everything, has been 40,413 with service, sales tax, and shipping. That's it. Not insurance, and also not storage costs because I have the barn. But yeah, just service alone. I mean, maybe registrations in total were 10 grand, maybe like 12. So, 30 plus K on service in 8 months of ownership. Obviously a lot of that, is from the 911 4S. So what can you say? But yeah, definitely not a cheap hobby. But yeah, thanks for watching.